New this morning, we're getting our first look inside.
So you've got two sides to what we're seeing here.
Hello and welcome.
Hey.
Welcome to Firsthand, the podcast where we hear firsthand accounts of the most important moments in history from the people who lived them. I'm Devin Field.
I'm Greg Gallant.
And we're back in the lab.
Back in the lab.
That's what I've always called it.
Yeah, have we been doing that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're here in the lab.
With a pen and a pad,
Yeah.
trying to get this damn podcast off. That's an Eminem
Okay.
lyric.
Okay. I was more in a Monster Mash place. But
I see.
that just
Yes.
speaks to our relative musical taste.
That's right.
How you doing, Dev?
I'm doing all right.
Yeah?
I'm, of course, loyal listeners will know I am slaving away on my EP,
Yeah.
trying to get into the music biz.
Good. More on this later, but great episode title subject for you today.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is a big one. And
you met a producer? You're working with a producer now?
yeah, I met a producer. I met him on Hollywood Boulevard. He asked me, "Do you like hip hop?" And I said, "Of course." And
you love Eminem.
love him. And he, but only the late stuff, only from Relapse onward.
Yeah.
And I met him on Hollywood Boulevard, and he asked me, "Do I like hip hop?" I said, "Of course." He had me listen to several of his CDs. They were bad, but I paid $35 for them. I'm not sure how that happened. Sort of almost like a 3-card Monte situation of. I just kind of, I had some money in my hand, and then he took it and was like, let me give you this money back.
And you're holding a burnt CD with no way to play it.
That's right.
Yeah.
And he said he was a producer, and he said we'd keep in touch, and he gave me a card.
Have a name or a number on it?
It had the number of a California pizza kitchen in the area. So I don't know if he works there. He probably works there.
It sounds like stuff is popping off with this
It
album.
sounds like things are working. So, yeah.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Exciting.
So, we'll see if my EP gets off the ground. Do we remember what the title of it was?
It was
Playing the Field, A Life Well Loved.
No. Songs in the key of my mind, Inner Visions. And then whatever we added last time.
And I think there was something else last time. But clearly it doesn't matter. But maybe instead I'll just throw a parenthesis. Oh, Volume 1 was added.
That was added.
Volume
yes,
1.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and add Volume 2 also. So it's
Volume
it's
1.
Volumes 1 and 2.
So,
Are all on
Playing
this
the Field, A Life Well Loved,
Love it.
Songs in the Key of My Mind, Inner Visions, Volume 1, Volume 2.
That's right.
Great.
So look for that in California pizza kitchens nationwide.
Yeah, it's like, Starbucks will sell you like a Norah Jones album.
Right.
CPK's got some Devin Field.
Hopefully.
Can I say that we've been doing this run for 4 episodes, and I just got that Playing the Field was a reference to your last name?
You fucking idiot.
That is fully true.
That's what my whole music career is based around.
Wow. Your last name.
That's right. What about you, Greg? What's going on with you? Last we checked in, you had a medical condition.
Yeah,
that was kind of serious.
a lot of people were saying that I was turning into a dog, but I've been gradually turning into a dog all season, and I've also kind of been trapped in this loop where I keep dating my doctors,
Your
and
medical
therapists,
professionals,
my veterinarian,
who
which I saw by mistake.
Mm-hmm. Wasn't a mistake. It was a choice.
I have gotten rid of all that,
Good.
and I am just, my self-care right now is volunteering.
Wow, where are you
Doing some
volunteering?
shit. I'm helping a blind man around town.
Okay.
I'm sort of leading his way across the streets and to the places he needs to go.
Okay.
And we're dating.
Okay. When you say, let's unpack this first. When you say leading a blind man around,
I said helping, but leading's actually probably a better word for it.
Is it?
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and ask you this, and I just want you to be honest with me. When you're doing this, are you wearing a harness of any kind? Yeah.
Well, wait till you hear what color it is.
Go on.
Orange.
Yeah.
But that's not.
Why did you need me to wait until I heard what color
That's
it was?
not the only volunteering I'm doing, though.
Really?
I mean, that's the only one where I'm dating. I'm also...
You're dating that man.
Yes.
You're that man's guide dog and his lover.
Guide man and lover.
Fucked up.
I'll help people. I'm doing a lot of traveling. When my friends
I bet
fly, I'll go accompany them.
You
If
go
they
sit next to them on the fucking
some of them
plane.
have legitimate anxiety. Some of them are just selfish, and I'll sit with them on the plane.
Yeah.
once there was a snafu with the paperwork, and I had to ride with the luggage and stuff.
Oh, you had to in the cargo hold.
Mm-hmm.
That's fucked up. And I heard a little bit, but I heard that when they finally got you out, they pulled your crate out of the cargo hold, and you had completely shit yourself. You had shit all inside the crate.
I admit, and then I'm not proud of this, Dev.
Go ahead.
I tried to eat it.
Why would you do
Airplane food, am I right?
No. Don't do that. That's not the same.
So then I threw up
and
as a
pick
whole
a
thing.
lane. You can't be a stand-up comedian and a guide dog. Okay?
I'm not a guide dog. This is ridiculous, and you know what? I don't even want to talk about it anymore. I'm not a dog.
Let's
get
into
do the episode, music man.
Okay, here's a treat. Well, today, of course, this season we've been profiling geniuses, luminaries, great thinkers and artists and minds throughout history.
And it seems like every week we keep topping ourselves and getting bigger and bigger subjects that make the previous subjects
look like
shit.
Look like
Oprah
bullshit.
made Disney look like shit. And now who's going to be making Oprah look like shit?
I'll tell you who. It's none other than the Fab Four themselves.
The Juwan Howard, Chris Webb. Oh, no, sorry.
Yeah,
I'm thinking of Fab Five. The Beatles.
The Beatles, mate.
Oi,
bruv.
Oi.
It's metal, innit?
Yeah. I don't think This Octopus's Garden is a good song, mate.
Yeah. Pretty good.
We're nailing it.
Wow.
I love that Guy Ritchie movie, Help.
Yes. Guy Ritchie's Help is so cool.
So
I love when Benicio del Toro yells at all the boys.
And they run around.
Yeah, that's fun.
Great.
Should I give you some background on the Beatles?
Yeah, never heard of them.
Yeah, I'd never heard of them. It might be good you might learn something by having someone kind of hastily skim the first 4 paragraphs of their Wikipedia page, right?
Yeah.
That'd be kind of interesting audio for you to listen to.
Great audio.
Not something to fast forward past.
Wait, is another person chiming in unhelpfully every 15 seconds?
Yeah, probably.
Great.
Let's give it a shot. The Beatles, of course, were an English rock band formed in Liverpool in 1960. We've got the original lineup, of course, of John Lennon, Paul McCartney, George Harrison, and Ringo Starr, although he was added a little later, of course. Mm-hmm. But they're commonly regarded as the most influential band of all time, Greg.
I think that's fair.
I mean, that's high up there. They're no late period Eminem, but
yeah, I'd say it's them, late period Eminem, and fastball.
That's their sound incorporated a lot of different musical elements: 1950s rock, classical, and traditional pop, and later different styles like ballads, Indian music, and psychedelia, and hard rock even. The band had the primary songwriters of Lennon and McCartney. They built their reputation playing clubs in Liverpool and Hamburg in the early 1960s. They eventually asked Ringo Starr to join them in 1962. He took over for Pete Best, and manager Brian Epstein molded them into a professional act. And I think it's very important to say here, no relation.
No relation.
No relation. I don't know if that's true, but I hope no relation. Producer George Martin guided and developed their early recordings. Their first major hit, Love Me Do, came out in 1962. What a song, huh? Nice slow harmonica.
Yeah.
And a shuffling, weird backbeat that just got the kids moving.
As groundbreaking today as it was in 1962.
That's right. They grew in popularity until eventually it became Beatlemania, Greg.
Mm-hmm. Remember it well.
And by early 1964, they were international stars. They led the British invasion, dominating United States pop charts. They made their film debut in 1964 with their movie Hard Day's Night and their album of the same name. They had so many hit albums: Rubber Soul, Revolver, Sgt. Pepper's, the White Album. Okay, these were all their recordings. From Abbey Road, their recordings throughout the 60s. They broke up in 1970, and then they all continued to enjoy solo careers, massive success as solo artists, until, of course, John Lennon was killed in 1980. George Harrison died of lung cancer in 2001. But McCartney and Starr continue to be musically active. They're the best-selling music act of all time, with over 183 million units in the U.S. and 600 million worldwide.
Ooh, and that must just stick in fastball's craw.
Yeah. They're looking at that brass ring going, God damn it. They're pioneers in recording, songwriting, and artistic presentation. The group revolutionized many aspects of the music industry and were often publicized as leaders of the 1960s youth and sociocultural music. Time named them among the 20th century's 100 most important people.
A list that we definitely didn't read when trying to come up.
Would have been a good place to start.
Yeah. Would have been a great place to start, just to jog our memory of the people we know.
Now, because we are something of, and there's no easier way to say this, Forrest Gumps, we've experienced every major event
We've
in
been
history.
there.
We've been everywhere, man.
Yeah. And I think maybe in the Jane Goodall episode this year, we might have talked about the Beatles a little bit.
I think that's right. But
we were kidding.
But we
if
were
anything
joking.
that we say now contradicts
that,
what we said then, we were
kidding.
kidding.
So, Greg, how did you know the Beatles?
Well, of course, we all know that their breakup was caused in large part by, well, people will say different factors, but I think that the conventional wisdom, the allegation is that it was Yoko who was dating John and sort of got in between and drove a wedge in the band and they split up. So Yoko was not the only person to try that, Devin.
Say what?
I tried it too. I think me and her are a lot alike.
Go on.
We thought like, I haven't been able to get famous on my own merits.
No.
What if I tear down something great and get famous for that?
Pretty common toxic thought process.
Yeah. So I will say Yoko did a better job than me.
Mm-hmm.
She had the stroke of genius.
In the sense that I've heard of her?
Yeah, you've heard of me, Devin.
Well, you know what I'm saying.
She had the genius idea to go through John Lennon, who not a lot of people know is sort of the main guy. I'm told he's like one of the bigger singers.
One of the tops.
So I went through who I thought was the star of the group, which was Ringo Starr.
And that was. Let me ask you this, Greg. Did you think that because that was his freaking last name?
I'll admit I did.
Yeah.
Yep. Well, I was dating Ringo, and I was really trying to drive a wedge into the band, and I didn't have a lot of luck.
No?
Yeah, a lot of people would not necessarily notice me.
I see. So Ringo would kind of bring you around to the recording sessions and go, "Oi, mates, it's me new bird." Well, you're not a woman, but it's me new bloke.
And then, 6 months in, I'm still seeing Paul, and he's like, "Oh, hello, Grant." And I'm like, "My name's Greg."
I see. You were a drop in the bucket.
Yeah. So I tried to convince, I was like, "Ringo, you should be writing a song. You should write a song." When they were making Abbey Road.
A little poison in his ear.
So, and I was like trying to make it bad. I had this sort of like under the sea sort of stuff that I was feeding him.
You mentioned this song a little earlier as being bad.
And then I fucked it up, and he didn't listen to me, and he wrote this brilliant song, Octopus's Garden. And now my song, Squid Porch, it's just sitting on the cutting room floor of Abbey Road.
Squid Porch.
Give
us just a little taste of Squid Porch. Because, of course, have heard you sing it around the house that we share.
Well, of course.
And,
that's canon.
That's
Devin
canon
and I
that we
share a house.
But I've heard you sing it around the house, and it is bad. But Squid Porch.
Yeah, well, keep setting this up.
Sure. Who could forget the course of I'd like to sit where I could fit.
That's good.
On a little squid's porch.
In the ocean.
Yeah. Yeah, and then it kind of stopped. You would speak it, too, where it would be like, on a little squid's porch in the ocean. Yeah. And that would kind of land hard.
Yeah. So instead, Ringo
sang everyone's favorite Beatles song, Octopus's Garden.
Yeah. So that was kind of the impetus for our breakup.
Oh, no.
I never really got too far into breaking up the band. Now, Ringo and I have remained close.
Really?
Yeah.
When was the last time you saw him?
I saw him or he saw me?
I guess either one. Whichever was most recent.
I saw him last night, stroke of midnight.
Stroke of midnight.
Mm-hmm.
Watching
Blind man was taking me for a walk.
your new boyfriend.
And I smelled someone had spilled some fries on the sidewalk,
Mm-hmm.
so I was eating those. And I looked. We were on Mulholland Drive.
Yeah.
And I looked into one of the really nice houses, and I saw
who
who I think was Ringo.
Yeah, but you don't even know.
No, does he live on Mulholland?
I don't know.
Fuck, that might not have been him.
Yeah.
Dev, how do you know the Beatles?
Well, less intimately, I suppose, but no less directly. I, of course, was in the music management business in England.
Oi.
In the 60s.
Oi.
Yeah, bruv.
My cocaine.
Yeah, my cocaine.
My cocaine.
Yeah. Which is interesting because there's a lot of cocaine, of course, in the music business.
Mm-hmm.
But I ended up being kind of a low-level sort of producer, manager on some of the Beatles recordings in the mid-'60s. I was part of the team. Man. You know when people think they're team? I was on that team.
And you've, of course, listeners know, you've been on Bob Dylan's team.
That's right.
You've been on
I famously
Bruce
went
Springsteen.
down on Bob Dylan.
Whoa, I knew Bob Dylan went down on you, but this is a big reveal. You went down on Bob Dylan.
It was reciprocated.
While Quincy Jones was trapped in a closet watching you guys,
That's right.
Of course. You were on Bruce Springsteen's team.
Uh-huh.
You explained the Berlin Wall to him.
That's
Listeners know this.
Listeners know. But so I was really instrumental in some of their earliest recordings, and then the band evolved and they kept changing, and suddenly they go, okay, here's the scratch tracks for our new album, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band.
Oh wow, yeah, a lot of people would consider that the greatest album of all time.
Yeah, a lot of dope fiends would consider that the greatest album of all time. Okay, as everyone knows, this is canon. I am, of course, straight edge. And when I listen to the tracks, first of all, I go, this title sucks. This title is a short story. This title is longer than that Ernest Hemingway short story about the fucking baby shoes. You know?
And what's
what
the title
of
your upcoming album again?
It's not important.
Okay.
So I'm already a little like, what is this? I put it on. This album is the most garbled batch of dog shit I've ever heard. It is just pure nonsense.
Right away it's like Billy Shear.
Who's that?
Who is that?
Who the fuck are you talking about? You know? And then there's some sounds I'm hearing in my left headphone, and then they'll switch to my right headphone, and there's like voices, and there's an orchestra, and there's all sorts of nonsense. And they kind of proudly told me, like, yeah, we smoked a lot of grass when we were recording this album.
Sure, yeah,
right?
I heard
this
that.
This was when they had finally smoked a lot of grass, which I believe Bob Dylan introduced them to.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I, of course, was trying to get them. I was telling Ringo, like, you gotta try mouthwash. Just drinking mouthwash.
Yeah,
and I was trying to get him to introduce that to the band, and only me and him wound up doing a lot of that.
Uh-huh. So, anyway, I was, of course, incensed when I heard this disgusting music. So I immediately called a band meeting at the studio. I locked the doors, and I said, hey, guys, this is an intervention. I need you guys to get straight edge. I need you guys to stop smoking this weed that you love so much, and let's get back to basics, because it's not helping you write good music. It's helping you write dog shit. Whatever happened to Love Me Do? Whatever happened to a harmonica that sounded like it's being recorded at the end of a long hallway? You know?
The straight edge Beatles of early days.
I want to hold your hand. That's the sweetest thing I ever heard. As opposed to a guy died in a car crash and I heard about it.
Mm-hmm.
Or whatever the fuck that song is about.
I'm fixing a hole.
What?
I think I know what that means.
Yeah, I think so too. I'm fixing the hole in my fucking crack pipe.
Yeah.
They weren't smoking crack. I don't want to, but you know.
So how did they receive the intervention?
Kicked me out of the band. Well, I wasn't in the band, but they kicked me off the team. I was kicked off the team immediately. And then they went on to record some of the worst albums I'd ever heard.
What were those again? That was
Abbey Road,
the White Album. Yeah.
Just bullshit. Bullshit that no one really engaged with.
What about Let It Be?
I love.
I was going to say, that's pretty commercial down the middle in a great way.
Oh, Phil Spector really saved it. So that's how I knew them.
Wow. So another week, another thing that we both brushed up against.
Well, let's take a break,
yeah,
and when we come back, we'll introduce some guests who maybe knew them even better.
Maybe. Let's find out.
Welcome back.
Welcome back
to Firsthand. We're talking the Beatles.
Yeah, sorry. We had I apologize during the break. The break went on a little long. I saw a squirrel outside the studio. And
you're a dog.
I went crazy.
I don't know how you could.
I'm worried about my garden.
That's right. He's just worried about his garden.
/bathroom. All right, let's get in our guest.
Yes. Well, first up, we have a guest who I actually knew a little bit back in the day.
Oh, sure.
Mate, with the Beatles.
Oh.
Yeah. And this is someone else who I'll go ahead and say that we're a member of the team.
The team.
This is someone who's kind of on the management-y side of the Beatles. Kind of like, please welcome Pete Wurst.
Hello. Thank you so much for having me in here.
Pete, hey, thanks for doing the show.
Baby.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
And I loved being on the team.
You did, huh?
Yeah, I had a lot of fun, but it was short-lived.
When were you on the team, Pete?
Oh, God. So we've decided they started in 1960.
Yeah, that was sort of in about 1958 was when they were kind of first fucking around, but from like 1960 was when they really got going.
Okay, then I was fired before that.
Okay.
Fired before they got going, I would say.
Okay.
Yeah, so I probably met him around, 56, probably in around 58 was when I had, their words, not mine, worn out my welcome.
What? So almost immediately.
Yep. Well, sometimes it feels like what's important in a fire? The spark
Go on.
or the warmth that you get from the flame? You know what I mean? Like the.
I don't know that I have an answer to that question.
both
Yeah, and I've been thinking about it for a long time. I think the spark is what's most important.
Pretty important.
When people talk about who started the fire, it's not what the fire did, it's who started the fire.
When people talk about who started the fire, I mostly know who didn't start the fire.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Billy Joel and all his friends?
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Is that what that song is?
That song is about
friends?
all his friends.
It's Billy Joel and all his friends, and we didn't start the fire.
Wow, you got a little musical talent yourself there, Pete.
I would like to say so. Most of the time, I was just trying to convince them of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I mean, I knew him because I don't know how much you know about with the Beatles earlier, but
Almost nothing.
Oh, okay. I ran a fish and chip shop right outside of George and Paul's high school. What do you call it? Something different in England?
Probably
primary school.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I guess it was secondary school. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
'Cause it
Secondary school, mate.
Yeah, and God, if I could understand what they were saying most of the time, it's like take those marbles out of your mouth and finish your words. You know what I mean?
So you're running a fish and chips shop in England.
Yeah,
and
in
where
Liverpool.
are you from?
Oh, I'm from Camden, New Jersey.
Yeah, okay. I was detecting a little bit of sort of East Coast.
Yeah, I came over in the war. I went over to England. They told me we're not doing a lot of fighting here.
Which war?
Huh? Oh, World War II.
Okay.
You came over in World War II.
I took my own boat over to England, World War II. They said, this is not where we're fighting. And I grew accustomed to it. Someone said, do you want some chips? Handed me a fry. I thought that was the funniest thing that ever happened to me before.
It's pretty funny.
So I said, I'll get into this chip business. And I just stayed. And so I ran a fish and chip shop right next to the high school, the secondary school. And one day I'm sweeping, my place is pretty greasy, so, I should have mopped.
Yes. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden I start hearing people playing, and I think, hold on, that's pretty good. But they were all singing together. You know what I mean? Somebody would start. They never had any patience. Someone would start, another person would add on. And I thought, hold on, guys, here's an idea. Sing one at a time.
Oh,
that
okay.
was you?
That was a big thing of mine. They just kept
to break up their signature harmony.
Yeah.
And isolate it.
Yeah, just one at a time. Take your turn, so everybody
Take
can
your turn.
Take your turn, so everybody can hear individual voices.
Okay. Yeah, almost like sort of a Backstreet Boys kind of mentality of
Absolutely.
like, now you sing, Brian.
Now it's your time.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so that was one of my first earliest sparks that I gave them.
So you just walked. How did you introduce yourself?
Yeah, like they're a couple of boys hanging out back of a fish and chip shop, kind of idly singing a song, and then what? You pop out and say, one at a time.
One at a time. I have been known, and I know this from divorce proceedings. So it's been said to me a couple times. My wife told me, you are very bad at introductions.
Mm-hmm.
You just, and pop is a great way of saying it. I just spring up and I'm in media res, the middle of a conversation. And mostly people say, when I just pop up and say, one at a time, mostly what I get back is, who are you?
Right.
What are you talking about? And where did you come from?
Yeah.
And they said those things to you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't remember in that order. It was a while ago. But I just popped up. I said, one at a time. And they said, who are you? What are you talking about? And I said, my name is Sam Duncan.
Oh. Sam Duncan.
Yeah.
But I thought your name was Pete.
Pete Worst.
Well, here's the thing. At the time, there was a drummer named Pete Best.
Sure.
And after a while, and they just started calling me, we got Pete Best over here. You are Pete Worst. And I said, but
so this isn't even your name. This was a roast.
It was a roast. Yeah, it was just one. And that's when I knew I had him. It was me and the boys. Because once you're roasted,
you're part of the game.
You're part of the game. Yeah, and sorry about think about my name for so long, because I did legally change my name to Pete Worst.
Oh, okay. So you were sort of following. You were hanging around the band. And your presence was sort of that they didn't like you and kept you around.
Oh, is that what you got from the story?
Yeah. It feels like you were maybe their Gollum or something.
Yeah, kind of following them in the shadows as they went around
part
and
of the team,
found their own
not
success.
And that, like, they had to overcome me to become more successful?
And I'm also maybe saying your posture, I would say, is a little Gollum-esque.
Okay, that has also come up in the divorce proceedings.
It has.
Yeah.
That seems like an unnecessary swipe.
Absolutely. I honestly, when it was a cavalcade, a list of things that my wife just read one after another, and I thought, oh boy, this is really happening. Get this woman off the dais. You know, you guys know about
the
roast?
dais from roast.
Yeah, it felt like there was a couple people on the dais.
Well, you got divorced at the Friars Club, of course.
I did, and that is an honor. They say
it is an honor.
It is ultimately, and it's an honor to get divorced at a Friars Club.
It's only you and Dean Martin have ever gotten divorced at the Friars Club,
and for that, I am thankful.
Yes, and now kind of continuing on this Gollum thread, can you confirm or deny this rumor I heard that part of when you were kind of ousted from the team was when George Harrison jumped on top of you and strangled you?
Oh, yeah, that did happen. Well, the thing is, he had my ring.
Okay. So this is kind of
he took my ring.
1-to-1, yeah. You had a ring. What was this ring?
Oh, it was so precious.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it just was it was the ring I was going to propose with.
Oh, okay. To the woman you would later get divorced from.
Yes. Oh, beautiful story. Yeah, and I was pretty mad at him. He had taken my ring. He claims it was his the whole time. But, I saw it on him, and I thought, that's the ring I got to propose with.
Right.
Sounds like it was his.
Yeah.
There are two sides to every story. My side and the side that the court would love to hear under oath.
And which side is more important? The spark side
the
or
spark
the warmth
or
from
the
the
warmth
fire?
from the fire.
No one ever,
you get it.
When there's wildfires in California, no one ever talks about like how big they are or what they're burning down.
No, absolutely
We're only
not.
talking about who started it.
Who started it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because we don't. Yeah, and you know what? But I agree.
So, did you follow the band to Germany when they were playing their early gigs?
That was another thing. I thought, don't go to other places. This should be a local band.
I see.
I was very influential in trying to keep them in Liverpool.
I
thought, this is a Liverpool band. Nobody will understand you. I thought, go to Germany. They don't speak the language over there.
They don't.
They famously don't speak the language.
They famously don't speak the language over there.
It sounds like you have a long history of not wanting to go to Germany.
Oh, that.
World War II, you went to England.
Well, okay. Yeah, sure. World War II, I did not go to Germany to fight, even though I was deployed there. I took my own boat and just decided between the two of us, the three of us, it was just a little scary over there. Yeah. So I thought I'll just stay in England and just, start a chip shop.
So how did the band and you eventually part ways?
Well, we now have a term called ghosting. And it was not, we did not have a term back then, but that being said, they screamed at my face No more. Stop it.
I see. So you kind of popped up again, maybe in the middle of a band meeting or recording session or something.
Yeah, it was a recording session. I popped up. They said, "Well, you ruined this track." And that's the last track you'll ruin. Pete Wurst, get out.
Wow.
Ugh, I hate ghosting.
Yes.
This
Classic
such
Ghost.
Cowardly.
Yes.
Like, say it. Say
Be
it
direct.
To my face.
Yes.
Yeah.
Say it and scream it to my face while you're strangling me. You know what I'm saying? Like, be upfront.
Be clear.
And what do you think your overall impact on the band was when all said and done?
I think I should have been in the Hall of Fame with them. Their name should have an asterisk next to it.
So instead of Billy Preston or George Martin, you're the fifth Beatle.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that it should say, every time you say Beatles, it should say Beatles asterisk mark, Pete Wurst started the spark that was the Beatles.
Hang on, I'm going to write that down. It's a good title for an EP.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I just think that I gave them a lot of early inspiration a lot of really good ideas. Sing one at a time. I said 4 people in a band. That's not enough people.
You wanted more?
Yeah, because none of them played the French horn.
Yeah.
Pete, who, I have a guess, but who were you pitching to be the French horn player to join the band?
Let's hear your guess.
I'm guessing it was yourself.
Oh, okay, yeah. I wanted to be in there. I can't play the French horn, but I was committed to learning if they'd let me be in it.
Wow. Think of the different recordings we'd have if, Love Me Do hadn't had a fucking harmonica on
but
it. Wow.
And that would just be the beginning.
Yeah.
But you're scrolling through the radio. There's so many channels you could listen to, so many frequencies. So what's going to make you stop but not...
Yeah, that'd
You
do
hear
it.
that and you think, no, hold on. That sounds like the beginning of a hit.
We got something here.
We got something here.
If 4 people are about to sing one at a time, I might have found my favorite new band.
That's another thing. Those songs were so short.
Yeah.
You get one at a time, you lengthen that song tremendously.
You wanted them to be a band of 4 people who sang one at a time, not in harmony, playing instruments like the French horn and doing 12 to 15-minute songs.
Absolutely. Because imagine, right now you get love, love, me do. You know I love you. That kind of thing. But imagine if one person was just saying, me do, love you.
Oh, so they wouldn't even take on the full lyrics.
No, you get their isolated part.
Same lyrics,
Wow.
same parts. I love the lyrics for most of them. But imagine one at a time, you lengthen that song out. And, I think that's a better song.
Wow.
Then you really hear what people are saying.
Wow. This is incredible stuff.
Think about it. There's a whole alternate history where this is what the Beatles' music was, and they were even bigger.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Well, Pete, this is fascinating. We're going to hear more from you throughout. At this time, we're going to bring in our second guest, someone from sort of the other side of the Beatles' career. Maybe you guys crossed paths. We don't know. But this is an officer of the law, actually.
Wow.
So I'd be curious to see how he knew the Beatles. This is Officer Neil Pudding.
Oh, hello, how are we doing?
Hey.
Hello,
Thank
mate.
you for having me on.
Hello,
Oh,
mate.
hello.
Yeah.
Oh, from across the pond.
Yeah.
Always happy to talk about the Beatles. I'm a big fan.
Yeah.
Great.
And I was from, of course, I was acquainted with them in various ways.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did a Bobby like you know?
That's right. Well, I was a
know the
Bobby, that's right.
Beatles? Yeah.
Sort of I think a beat cop is what you Americans
That's what
might
we'd
say.
say,
So,
yeah.
walking the beat
Yeah.
of London.
Yeah.
Well,
swinging
but-
your stick.
Swinging me stick around. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
And you're just having a good old time.
Yeah.
Walking around London. But I suppose, in relation to the Beatles, I'm
Yeah.
most famous because it was my decision, which I stand by, to break up the rooftop concert.
Oh my god.
I went up there and I said, nope, sorry, boys. I'm a fan of the music, but the noise has got to go. Get out here.
Oh.
Wrap it up,
So this is, of course, their famous final concert.
That's right.
that
Well,
they
it ended up being, we didn't know at the time. but
Right.
Ended up being a final performance. So
Would
went
you
up
have
on a
still broken it up if
Yes,
you knew?
earlier. If I knew about it, I'd been up to note 1.
But are you such a big fan? Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I
I
love
would-
the music when it's done legally
I see.
and when it's
Ah.
distributed through legal channels
Sure.
and methods.
Mhm.
I'm all for it. I'm a huge fan of the arts.
Yeah.
But I'm also a man of the law. And
Bit
it's
of a
my job.
stickler, yeah.
Well, you know what? It's my job to be a stickler.
I suppose it is.
You start to be loosey-goosey, and pretty soon all of society goes down the tubes. And I'm using the American word for tubes. I don't mean
Don't mean
down
a
down
subway.
the metro
yeah,
subway.
Right,
No, I
yeah,
mean down
no,
like
down-
drainage pipes
yeah.
and such.
So you believe in the slippery slope.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
You have to, if you're the law and it's your job, then I cannot make exceptions. I don't care if you're the Beatles. I don't care. I don't care if it was Queen of England up on a roof, fixing a crown. If she was allowed, she's going to the brig.
Why to the brig?
Yeah, down to a boat
and
into the jail.
Into their
They have better
cell.
brigs than the boats.
And
Yeah.
Did you ever have any confrontations with members of the royal family?
Many.
Whoa.
Because, they think they're above the law. Now, of course,
they are in many ways, aren't they?
Well, technically, the Queen of England is the state. She sort of is
Right.
representation of the state.
Yeah.
Sure.
But, I'm not a lawyer. All I know is if the Queen of England's jaywalking, I got to give her a ticket, which I've done.
You gave the Queen of England.
I
a
saw the
ticket
Queen
for
of England
jaywalking.
out. No one else notices. She's walking around,
Really?
and the light is against her, and I see her know it's wrong.
Uh-huh.
She's got the whole full getup on.
Interesting. So she's not even doing a Jasmine sneaking out of the Sultan's palace
She's got
dressed
on
as a
the
commoner
crown.
thing.
She's holding a staff with an orb.
This is crazy.
It sounds like she's trying to get spotted.
Yeah.
I
It's-
feel in a
it's
way
little
she's
sad.
pushing it. She's like a
Yeah.
child who's
She's
saying,
kinda
"How
like-
far can I go?"
She's like Winona's shoplifting,
That's
She,
right.
some
It's the
part of her
thrill.
wants to get caught.
It's the
yeah.
thrill.
Yeah.
And so, I think people assume she was some sort of, street performance. This can't really be her.
Right.
But I'm quite a fan of the royal family,
Quite
so
a
I
fan.
knew this is it. This is her. And I saw her look both ways nervously, and then she started to walk. And I'm like, sorry, Your Majesty.
Oof.
Here's a ticket. You're coming with me to the brig.
Even though jaywalking is not just a ticket, it is a brigable offense.
It is an officer's discretion.
I see.
In England,
Mhm.
you decide when you are making the arrest, what should the initial punishment be?
So it's a Judge Dredd situation.
It's exactly. When I saw Judge Dredd, I was like, this is how we do it.
It's
This would not be a popular movie in England because it's not that
'Cause it's- yeah,
revolutionary
it's
an idea.
Not
it's
even
the
science
norm.
fiction.
It's just how we do it.
Wow.
So wait, did you throw the Beatles in the brig then?
Yes, I brought all 4 Beatles down to the brig. I brought them down to the shipyard, and I said, give me a boat. I need room for 4 because I felt they should be together.
Yeah.
And I put them in a room, and a jail.
Yeah.
A jail. A cell.
To me, it's a room.
Yeah.
And I said, lock it up. Sorry, boys, this will teach you. No more noise. And it hadn't been the first time I put them in jail.
It hadn't? When was
No.
the first time you put the Beatles in
I
the brig?
saw them smoking marijuana.
Thank you. Jesus.
And I did, you know what? That's a drug. And
That's
maybe,
a drug.
perhaps, it's harmless compared to other drugs. But the law says
Nope, not at all.
it's illegal, and that's not up for me to decide what the law is.
That's right.
I'll just enforce it.
So you
I-
found them.
I actually didn't see them smoking pot. What I felt was I heard the song Girl,
Yeah.
and there's a big breathy part of that song. What is
You're
a
like,
big, and I said, that's marijuana
You
right
think
there.
that was an
and
inhale,
I broke
exhale?
Into, yep,
Ugh.
clearly. And I broke into John Lennon's house. Said, sorry, mate, you're under
Broke into his
arrest.
home.
Oh, I
Was she-
love breaking into John Lennon's home.
Pete, you've broken into John Lennon's home?
Oh, absolutely. You can't just pop in if you don't break into a home.
Yeah.
Well, now you're treading water here because that's a bit of a crime. If you're not an officer of the law, that's breaking and entering.
Careful.
Well,
Might
it's
be-
double jeopardy. I've already been to jail for it.
Then you're right. You're free to go.
You're free to go.
I make sure I always get caught, so you cannot put me in jail again for it.
Makes sense.
Get it out of the way early.
I have
Yeah.
a very shallow understanding of double jeopardy.
Mm-hmm. Well, join the club.
That's what I've always understood it to be.
So you broke you. So John Lennon's in his home, maybe smoking weed. Let's assume smoking weed.
Well, I heard this song.
Right.
I got Rubber Soul. And
Yeah.
I heard the song Girl.
I
like,
would
this
have
is a-
thought "Run for Your Life" might have been the song off Rubber Soul.
Remind me
Did you-
what you're thinking of.
It's if I
Run
catch
for your life if you can, little
I-
girl.
Oh, that's right.
Hide your head in your sand,
Right,
little
that's
girl.
right.
Catch you with another man, that's the end.
Wow, that
little girl.
I
That was
never understood that to be a
beautiful.
threat.
I mean, imagine if we were singing it one at a time.
Yeah, I'm so sorry I
yeah.
harmonized with you, Pete.
Honestly.
Well, I don't know that you successfully harmonized, but
No.
So,
Nobody can. That's the problem. Nobody has ever successfully harmonized.
It did sound very nice when you did it. Whatever
Yeah.
was happening. You know.
but so I agree that
The
does
same
sound
note
like a
in two different octaves is harmony.
that,
Fuck you,
that
Devin.
does sound like a confession or at least a declaration of, hey, girlfriend of mine,
I'm gonna kill
I will,
you.
and
I never thought of it that way
I
until
also wanna
right now.
Really?
I never got that from
Wow.
that song.
That one's pretty literal.
I
I
also
thought
want to
it's the end was an appreciation of her posterior.
Oh.
I thought it was a bit of a
Oh.
sexual innuendo,
You
And
thought the
that's
whole
fine.
song.
which is not illegal.
Nope, certainly not. There's nothing, and I've said this so many times. There's nothing illegal about a nice ass.
It's not.
Okay,
Not so far. If Her Majesty was walking across the street shaking her ass,
okay.
I'd have no problem with
That's
it
good.
because that is legal.
Yes.
Even if she was pointing at it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if she was
The
pointing
other
at-
part of those lyrics, little girl.
Little
Yeah.
girl.
You know,
That's right.
so that's potentially illegal.
Oh,
as well.
underage, you mean?
Right.
Or just small?
Either way.
Like a diminutive, like an unfair fight?
Yeah.
What
yeah.
is
Pick on
the
someone
age-
else's
That's not
size,
illegal.
John.
What
Pick
is
on a
the
woman
age
your
of
own size.
consent for a thumbelina? Do you know what I,
think
mean
it's-
by
Yes,
that?
it isn't.
yeah.
We do have a law for that in England.
And I want to remind everyone that, of course, Officer Neil Pudding is not a lawyer, as he said before.
Not a lawyer, but I'm an officer of the law. And
So
the
you
age
know
of
the law.
consent for a thumbelina, unfortunately, is 2.
That
Oh.
is a
Okay.
nightmare.
Well, because they
This
age
is
at
a
a different. They
nightmare.
age at a different
Yeah.
rate. So
Right.
two-year-old thumbelina is actually quite mature.
Interesting.
So it's not as disgusting as you might be thinking.
It's kind of the opposite of
Interesting.
a Baby Yoda situation.
That's
where
right.
It's 50 and it's a baby, but
No,
this
it's
it's 2 and
2,
it's a
and you're
grown
already
woman.
like you
They age really
smoking
quickly.
cigarettes and so walking around listening to jazz.
And I heard they smoke our size cigarettes.
Yup.
Be as tall as them.
Mhm.
And
It's
they
to say, imagine if you picked up a full log
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm,
and
I'm
said,
imagining
"I'm
it.
gonna
Okay.
shove it in my mouth and sort of inhale."
Yeah. Fill a
that's what I-
didgeridoo with tobacco and
That's right.
smoke it.
I've done that, which
that's
that's
why
also
they age
legal.
so quickly.
I ran into the Beatles in the 1970s.
Real. So after they'd broken
They'd
up.
broken up and they were in Hyde Park. John Lennon, Paul McCartney sitting down, and they were talking about getting back together.
Oh.
They were sort of like, you know what? Maybe we were too hasty,
Mm-hmm.
but they were being loud about it, and I broke them up. And I said, down to the
No.
brig, which is sorry, this
Oh.
conversation's over.
This is a tragedy, Neil.
And
I
I
mean,
brought
that
him to
could have
the
been-
brig.
that
What
could-
do you do if somebody is doing something wrong and you are not near water, so you cannot put them in a ship?
I
Excellent
get
question.
there. I'll figure
I
it
get
out. There's always a way to get there.
I get
Mm.
there.
I say, you're coming with me? We're going to find a ship, and you're going in the brig.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Sometimes we get on a plane and fly back to London.
Oh, you cross international waters.
If I'm anywhere and you're breaking English law, and I feel that you are an English citizen, I'm holding you
You
accountable.
just have to feel that they're an English citizen.
Wow.
In my opinion, you are British, I'll say to the person, you're coming with me.
I just
And you know what? They never resist because they know it. They
Yeah,
know.
right. They kind
They
of hang
respect
their
it.
heads. They
Absolutely.
Go,
If
you
you
got
are
me.
resisting arrest, it's only because you don't know that's what's happening. Yeah, I understand that.
arresting someone is like 90% confidence.
I've always felt that way. I always hold a clipboard
Smart.
because it makes you look like you're in a.
Right.
Well, we don't have guns.
Famously.
Thank
Officers don't have guns in England, so
God.
you have to sort of assert yourself with, maybe with your nightstick. Or I find a clipboard just so that you confidently grasp it and you sort of like, all right, you're coming with me. People look at the clipboard and like, this guy's got his shit together.
Wherever he's gonna take me is where I need to be.
I'm going to jail or I'm going to a basketball locker room. One or the other.
But he's in charge and they've given me the authority. So yeah, I threw the Beatles in jail in 1972.
But that could have been the beginning.
It's
of,
not my problem. They were being loud and unruly about it.
Wow. I mean,
John had a guitar and he was starting to do music, and Paul was sort of suggesting chord changes, and I was like, "Pipe
they
down,
were writing a new song.
get out of here."
Ugh. And I imagine passerby were witnessing this, saying, "God, this is a moment
Yeah,
of
quite
of
a
pop
stir.
culture.
There was
yeah,
quite
this
a
is,
stir.
This is a great collaboration." And
That
then
was-
you stepped in, and
Well, I should have done a bit more quietly. They had they've got money. They could have got a room,
they could have gotten a room.
getting a
This is-
studio or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
Somebody would have helped
a
him
studio or something.
out. Something, yeah, studio or something.
What country is Hyde Park in?
It's in England,
It's in
yeah, it's
London,
right
yeah,
in
it's
London, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I didn't leave Liverpool much, so if it was
Yeah.
not in Liverpool,
I say, okay, you just don't know.
yeah, I just didn't get around the country that much.
Mm-hmm.
Never heard of Hyde Park, have you? It's a, sort of famous.
I have heard of it, but I haven't gone to New York, so if it could have been a park in New York to me.
It probably is. I feel like a lot of towns. It's like Lincoln Park. There's
There's like a Cleveland in England and a Cleveland in Ohio. Is it that kind of thing?
Boy, don't talk to Officer Neil here about Lincoln Park. They play so loud, he'll throw them right in the brig.
If Lincoln Park were British, I'll throw them right in the brig every time. Even the concerts, I'd be like, "What is this? We need it to be this loud. Pipe down."
Oh, that was another thing. A big thing I said is I told the Beatles they were kicking me out. George was strangling me, and I said, "Okay, fine, I'll go." One last thing: do not tour.
Yeah,
And they respected
Promise
you
me
for
one
that.
thing:
yeah.
do not tour.
Did they in any way agree to that?
They said the business model doesn't seem to add up.
Yeah, right.
Okay.
I said,
I mean, they
just-
did quit touring at some
Yeah.
point.
Yeah.
"Oh, they did."
They took your advice eventually.
Wow.
They
Oh
did sort
my
of did
God.
quit
Oh,
touring.
Marone. I just said,
Marone.
I said small venues or studios. That's how you send out your material. I was also famously not very happy with them doing television shows.
Oh, you
I
didn't
said
want
that-
them
It was
on Ed
very
Sullivan.
good
that
for them
Ed
to do.
Sullivan TV show is going to ruin you boys.
And what would the logic there be?
I just didn't think they had faces for television.
You didn't think they were pretty enough?
They had funny hair. I thought they'll eat you alive over there.
Well, and I don't want to talk about throwing stones, but for you to say that the Beatles had funny hair.
You think my hair's funny?
Well, I mean, is anyone back me up here? Or?
Yeah.
You
It's
think
a
the
bit
fact-
odd, yeah. It's a sort of non-traditional.
Well,
Yeah.
you think because it grows horizontally?
It's sort of physically
Yeah.
phenomenal that what's happening. It's sort
Yeah.
of coming.
Like it's stringy, but it grows horizontally?
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
it almost overshadows your Gollum-like body.
Yeah, you sort of look like a Dick Tracy villain.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
like a,
Gollum with hair that sticks straight out to either side like a
Am I
hammerhead
in my
shark.
divorce proceedings? Is this the Friars Club? Because a lot of people feel like they're on the dais right
Look,
now.
I just wanted to say that your hair is so weird
Uh-oh.
How weird is it?
that if I were looking at it, I'd go, "Hey, put that in Ripley's Believe It or Not."
Oh,
wow.
my God.
Boy.
And all of a sudden, I got no custody of my kids.
There you go.
I'll try to roast. I'm a bit fan of roasts.
Are you?
Okay.
Yeah.
That seems like. Go ahead, please.
No, I fucking love them. I think they're so funny. I think Jeffrey Ross is so great, and I
Oh,
love
funny.
Lisa Lampanelli.
Yeah,
Oh,
she
oh.
doesn't do them anymore, but
Well,
yeah,
I feel
she's
they're great. Well, those
Yeah.
are the ones I like.
Those are the two.
Yeah, those are
Yeah.
my those are my king and
I
queen.
would think you wouldn't really like a roast. They can get a bit boisterous.
What they're legally cleared, aren't they? It's being done by the consent of the person.
Even if they get too loud?
Or if they're too loud, I'm not in favor. If they were doing it outside or on a roof, forget it. Down to the brig with all
Now-
of them.
Is it illegal, officer, for people to get too mean in the roast?
Let me check my book. No, it's not.
Pete, has this been an issue for you?
Well, I just feel like I kept bringing it up in the court. I kept getting denied.
You felt the roast was too mean.
I thought my divorce proceedings were too mean.
What was an example?
You
of
felt
it?
that was an issue with the law. That it
I
was
thought
too
it could have been a
mean.
law, but I don't know. I just thought maybe this is Liverpool law. I mean, I kept contesting, but I mean, a big one was you're not taking care of your kids.
Well, that's not really mean, is it? It's
It
sort
would
of
hurt
like,
my
Sort of a direct
feelings.
it feels a
criticism.
legit concern. I
Well,
feel.
it's an opinion, and you know what? It hurt my feelings.
Wow.
As long as the meanness is quiet and sort of indoors,
Mm-hmm.
you can go full maximum mean.
I've often felt that some of the meanest things you can say can be in an even keel tone. There also was a lot of talk about my penis.
Oh,
In
yeah.
the proceedings.
I remember Judge Jeselnik really threw the book at your
Yeah.
penis.
Yeah,
He's
it
so
was.
acerbic.
Yeah. And you know what? He just gave a little bit of a little grin at the end,
Little
and
smirk.
everybody a little smirk at the end, and everybody said, "You know what? He's okay."
He's
He's
okay.
all right.
But it
yeah.
was some mean things, and normally in divorce proceedings, I had only been to mine because I have not gone to another one. Tell me, does it seem normal that the judge is commenting on my penis?
No, I don't think
It's
so.
not normal, but I do appreciate that Jeselnik is soft-spoken, which I like.
Yeah,
Hmm.
that's true.
Yeah.
It's
It's
got a
because you
quiet
don't like
volume.
some of those louder comedians. Because I have seen the famous Def Jam comedy performance when you pulled Bernie Mac off stage.
That's right. I was there hoping to see a nice night of comedy. Big fan of comedy, Def Jam, and I sort of sat down there, and Bernie Mac got up. I was like, "This guy seems like a nice bloke. I'm ready." He
Yeah,
seems
yeah.
he's going to cut right to it. You know, he's a sort of a bit of a blunt fellow, which I
Mhm.
appreciate. Right away, he's talking at a very loud pitch, and I was like,
yeah.
"Oh boy, here we go."
Tough.
And he just started getting very loud, and I got right up on stage and I said, "Sorry, sir," to the brig, which he acquiesced. And we
This
had a
could-
very nice flight home
Wow.
to London, where I put him in the brig.
Wait, I think I might know Are you the one who arrested Richard Pryor?
That's right. Who I was a huge fan of, and I would go see him quite frequently. But we caught on fire in his house, and he was very loud and screaming. And I was like, "This has got to go."
So it wasn't the freebasing you were against; it was the volume.
Well,
of
he was
his
running
voice.
down the street screaming.
Freebasing was illegal, but I
Outside.
hadn't seen it. All I saw was he was on fire, which is fine. You're allowed to be on fire.
That's right.
But who started it? You know what I'm saying? What was the spark?
And what's more important, the spark that started the fire and
Or
the
the
Richard Pryor
warmth
stuff?
from Richard Pryor's.
Yes.
That's what I said to him. I said, "Why are you being so loud? And who caused the spark?"
Mm-hmm.
And my next question was it Billy Joel's friends?
Uh-huh.
Because they were famously
I
fireballs.
love those buddies.
This leads me to another question. What is your concept of jurisdiction? In
Uh,
terms of, it sounds like you're arresting people in Los Angeles, New York.
Well, I
London.
feel that I represent British law.
I see.
And so if anybody either is British or may someday be British,
Or
Devin,
may
it might-
someday
Wow,
be. That's a
important.
they
big...
seem
Paul.
well, so these celebrities, and when they get around, they might meet somebody and, they travel quite a bit because they've got money and sort of
So you
means.
could arrest Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh,
or like
easy.
Madonna. People
For sure,
like
okay.
that.
They're currently British, is my opinion. They're sort of married to a British person. But even if someone's likely in the future to date a British person, I'm like, well, that's going to be, I got to nip this in the bud.
Do you believe citizenship is sexually transmitted then?
I do. If you have sex with somebody from England, you are, in my opinion, forever British.
Oh, wow.
So anybody the Beatles slept with is British.
Wait, okay.
Okay, so
Shit,
Yoko
because
Ono's British.
You're British,
That means
yeah.
you're
I'd be
British. You
Briti-
slept with
Okay,
Ringo.
well,
You
now
slept with
I'm-
Ringo. So
I'm-
if you so far you've been quite quiet, which I appreciate.
Yeah.
But if you raise your voice, you're coming with me to London, to the shipyard, we'll throw you in the brig.
And while you're there, you might visit Hyde Park.
I might.
That's very right, Pete.
I'm learning.
Good memory, Pete.
Thank you.
I'm just a little bit worried now, Devin, because
Why?
you'll remember that the last officer of the law that came and did the podcast, of course, shot and killed me.
That's right.
And I was dead
Oh,
for 7 minutes.
that's
9
right,
minutes?
something.
7 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Which luckily allowed me to get a time-served death penalty
That's right.
for all my crimes. But
Well, it's
I
quite
just,
lucky there.
I get a little bit nervous now. I was like, oh, I'm not British, so I don't have to worry.
Well, I don't have a gun,
Yeah, he won't shoot
Yeah,
you.
famously
but I
doesn't
might
have a
club
gun.
you quite
Oh.
enthusiastically,
Yeah.
and I could scold you, and I will buy you a plane ticket and bring you to London and put you in a shipyard jail.
Oh, so you absorb that cost.
That's out of my pocket.
Are you independently wealthy?
No, it's a bit of a
It's been a bit of a financial burden for
yeah.
you.
My family is not pleased, but they do support me because it's all in the name of the law.
Does England still recognize you as a police officer?
Not on paper or out loud.
Wow, we should have gotten
Oh.
to that earlier.
Yeah,
Well,
you know
I
what?
was.
England should have an asterisk next to it if you are still a police officer in the way that I still think of myself as a member of the Beatles.
I
Then.
feel so. You the job leaves you. You don't leave the job.
Absolutely.
It's a way of life, not a position that you are allowed to say you have.
Whoa.
I feel
Oh.
I was dismissed from the police force in 1959.
That was a bad year for me too.
Yeah, wow. Okay, so before almost any of these things happened, you were no
That's
longer.
right. But I
police
kept the
force.
uniform and the authority and the clipboard, and no one's questioned it.
Cool.
Also, they know they're doing something wrong. If you,
Right.
Devin, if you, what's your name?
Devin.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah.
If you will shoot somebody, right?
I would never.
Okay, but of course.
Happens to the best of us.
But if you something, who knows? If something goes wrong in your brain, you're broken. You shoot someone, right?
Right.
And a non-officer of the law subdues you on some level. You're like, this person's
Citizens
Yeah.
arrest.
I'm
Right.
wrong.
I'm
And even though
somewhere
it's
in my
not
head.
really-
I'm going. Oh, I walked into this one.
That's right. So that's how I feel happens. Like if someone's doing wrong, you don't necessarily need to be an officer of the law to enforce it.
Well, it's like children. They need boundaries. Ultimately, they want to be disciplined.
They're asking for it. And I was an officer of the law for almost 10 months. So I feel that I have the
Almost
training.
10 months.
Yeah, 1.
Well,
Which I
yeah.
round up to 10.
That's interesting.
1 month is closer to 10 months.
If you're
than-
rounding to up to 10,
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
I get that.
what's
logic.
the nearest 10?
If you're rounding up to 10,
Oh,
one is
to the
close
nearest,
10.
rounding up to the nearest 10. So 11 would be 20.
Yeah.
And 1 would be 10.
If you would have said I was an officer of law for the year, it was for a month. I was it's not really around enough. But 10 months, yeah, I get that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you were an officer of the law longer than I was in the womb.
Wow.
Oh, that's very strange.
Hang on. Now we're getting into some trippy territory.
You were
that
not
makes me
even
think
in
you've
the
been-
womb for a month.
Are you scratching your ear with your foot right now?
No. Oh, I guess I am. I guess that's like a little tick that I have.
Yeah.
And
he also has ticks.
Ticks and fleas.
Yeah.
That's a shame.
Well, Greg, let's take one more break.
And
then we'll come back with our final segment with friends of the Beatles, Neil Pudding and Pete Worst.
Hey, this is Devin Field interrupting this episode of First Hand for a second to ask you to leave a review of our podcast, rate our podcast, subscribe to our podcast, and help tell a friend about our podcast. Do whatever you can to spread the good word. Thank you.
Well, we're here with, of course, Officer Neil Pudding.
Hello.
Although I don't even know that I should be calling you officer.
Well, you should, because that's what I am in my own way I identify myself.
I mean, they still say Vice President Biden during the debates, right?
Sure, yeah.
That's right. Or Mayor Rudy Giuliani, even though he's not mayor.
That's right, yeah.
And you also sucked your wife's fingers on TV. Is that true?
That's right, yeah. Very, very quietly I did.
Yeah, quietly.
Without intruding on anyone's oral landscape. I sucked on my wife's fingers, and it was quite sensual.
Good.
And of course, the Beatles' former manager, although I don't even know that I can say that.
No,
Pete
you
Worst.
should. Hello.
Hello, Pete.
Hey, Pete.
Hello.
Now, for our final segment, we're going to continue to reflect on the Beatles here and just go around and talk about the last time we saw the Beatles, the last time we encountered a member of the Beatles. Greg, do you remember the last time you saw your beloved Ringo?
Well, again, I might have seen him last night.
Oh, that's right.
Fries off the sidewalk, or as you might call them, Pete, chips.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
What'd you say to him? He's from America. I'm from London.
But he works at a fish and chip
store.
that's
because that's why I work at a fish and chip store. I think that's so fun.
I apologize. I'll withdraw me anger.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Anger withdrawn.
But the last time I interacted with them, of course, last year, Dodger Stadium here in LA, Paul McCartney concert, who comes out? Ringo. It's the first time they've played together in years. There's been two Beatles playing together. Huge moment, and I thought, this is my last chance to break up something great. So I went to the Dodgers playoff games. I went to the playoff games and I hid because I didn't have enough money for tickets to the concert.
They're expensive.
I stayed in the stadium for weeks. I told Clayton Kershaw to throw a bunch of bad pitches, and he listened to me, and the Dodgers lost.
That's smart.
We'll do a whole other episode on that.
Okay. Yes, one of our next upcoming geniuses will be Clayton Kershaw.
He's a genius, he is.
Yeah.
Throwing a ball.
Yeah, throwing the ball really well for most of a season and then stopping.
At the end.
That's what will trick you. That's some good,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The psychology.
His season-wide change-up.
It's a long arc.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you were in the stadium.
So I hid, and then when Paul was on at the beginning of his concert,
can't believe the touring.
Which was in July.
Was it before the World Series?
Yeah, so you sort of waited quite a while.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was there. I got there in the 2018 playoffs.
Yeah, sounds like when they were playing the Red Sox.
But
that's why we didn't do the podcast for so long.
Yeah. So, of course, that was the time that Clayton Kershaw blew it in the playoffs that I'm referring to was 2018. I could see how you'd be confused because he also blew it in 2019,
right,
2017, 2016.
Yes.
But I was there a long time. I met Magic.
Cool.
I met no one else. And
Yep.
then
I love Magic Johnson. I famously told him not to take antiretroviral drugs.
Oh.
And he did not take my advice. Biggest mistake of his life, I think.
I don't think so. He lived a long, long life.
And you told him what Magic sounds dumb, stick with Irvin?
Yeah. I said, who wants something with like an in-between middle name, Magic? No, just go with Irving.
Yeah.
No one will remember Magic.
No. I think you're wrong.
Yeah.
But so how did you eventually manage to break up Ringo and Paul when they joined each other on stage?
Paul was on stage. I caught Ringo in the green room eating shrimp like he does. Loves them. I think that's why he did the show.
It's probably why he wrote that song.
And I was like, don't remind me, because I had a shrimp pitch for him too.
For Squid Porch.
Yeah, it was Shrimp Backyard. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
And it was like, I'd like to play all through the day in a shrimp backyard.
I love
Really
that
stretch
song.
those words out.
I love that song.
Sustained shrimp. Yeah.
Shrimp.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The best thing about a song is how long you can get it.
Yeah. I agree.
So you found Ringo.
So I told him, why aren't you Sir?
As in Sir Ringo Starr.
Yeah, Sir Paul McCartney, Sir Elton John.
Is he not a knight?
Oh, he is. At that time, he was, yeah. So your comments would have been sort of fallen on deaf ears, because he just sort of was knighted, I think, last year.
Look, I'm not saying I was good at this. Obviously,
clearly.
look.
Clearly.
Officer Pudding, you have done a lot more to break up the Beatles than I have. Congratulations.
Well, I'm not proud of it, only keeping him quiet.
Wow.
I'm sorry, but yeah, so you were telling him he should be a knight, yeah.
And he said, and you're right, he said, I'm already a knight. Get out of here. We're through. I filed a restraining order.
But that's what gets in your head, saying confusing things that make someone think.
Wow.
Yeah. But he had, of course, I legally wasn't supposed to be within 100 yards of him. Judge Jeselnik made a ruling and roasted my penis, and here we are.
Unbelievable.
Wow.
And I didn't break him up. So, Dev, when was the last time you saw
The last time I saw the Beatles was in the 70s. Well, it wasn't when I saw the Beatles, but it was when I saw John Lennon. No, it wasn't in the 70s. In the late 60s, actually. I saw John Lennon on his own. I went to John Lennon's house.
Still in the band.
Still in the band. But I went to John Lennon's house, and I said, look, I feel bad about how things ended. I really flew off the handle about your marijuana use. Are you still using? And he said, yeah, you know what? I do still smoke a bit of wacky tobacco. The strawberry cough. Remember when Michael Caine smoked strawberry cough? Children of Men. So I...
Oh, and he died flicking them off.
That's right.
That was so rad.
So...
That's how I want to go.
So I said, I found a substance that I think could help wean you off of marijuana. And he said, sure, I'm open to it. And that's when I turned him on to heroin.
Oof.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a bad turn for John.
How so? I
just feel, I don't know, it's sort of a bad habit he's had to deal with, I think.
Because, of course, this is what people don't understand about being straight edge, is that it doesn't apply to heroin. Heroin is a separate... Heroin's a separate substance.
The heroin loophole.
The heroin loophole, because it's not a drug like those drugs, because it helps... Really, it's a sleep aid more than anything.
Yeah,
that's how we in the straight edge community classify it. So I was going, hey, stop having fanciful, imaginative thoughts about, creative expression, and why don't you just get the nods?
Yeah.
Why don't you write a song about a fucking blue jay? Why don't we go down a dark hole here?
That is
and go to sleep. That's why he was in bed with Yoko for so long. So that was the last time I saw the Beatles. Was when I gave John Lennon his first dose of heroin.
Oh.
Did you ever worry that the heroin might lead him to smoking marijuana?
All the time.
As a gateway?
All the time.
Like a doggy door drug. Just kind of like...
Yeah, why do people say gateway drug?
Yeah, it's
doggy door.
Yeah, just like you back into the house.
Yeah. We should get a doggy door, Dev.
Yeah.
To the studio.
Well, so you can come in and out of it?
Yeah, I think that'd be fun.
Pete, when was the last time you saw the Beatles?
Oh, God, let me think. It was cold.
Interesting place to start.
Yeah, that's how my memories come. I was in New York, which is unusual normally. I just come out of, it was the Immaculate Conception, so it was December 8th. A new decade had just started. So I think it was 1980.
Okay.
And
from
afar,
I see John Lennon coming out of his home.
I don't like where this is going.
I like it so far because it sounds quiet. It sounds peaceful.
Well, yeah, I've been known to sneak up on people. So he was talking to a man, and they were a little bit arguing, and I thought, oh, my God, I got to tell him an idea I have, which is that him and Paul never talk and stay in separate bands, because how do you sing separate more than being in separate bands?
Band.
So he's talking to this man. He had 3 names.
Mark David Chapman.
Oh yeah, from some newspapers, I think it was. Anyways, I spooked him, and a gun went off. And some people say I should have an asterisk next to the assassination of John Lennon.
Wow.
I guess helped kill John Lennon.
This is
because
well,
I
very
spooked him.
upsetting because that gunshot was probably quite loud.
That sounds loud.
Was there a silencer at play?
No, I think it was pretty loud.
This has gotta
You're confessing
really-
to a crime.
This has got to burn your
Uh-oh.
beans here.
Yeah.
I mean, that's tough.
That's a noise violation right there.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Well,
But yeah, so I guess I killed John Lennon.
that might be the
Wow.
greatest example of burying the lead in history. I think.
Oh, really?
Well, I feel I've got one
When
more.
I think about that day, the first thing I think of, boy, cold, and what a beautiful, immaculate conception service I just went to at St.
Wow.
Patrick's Cathedral.
Jesus Christ.
Wow. I mean, I remember that Ringo told me that at one point told me that John's last words as he was bleeding out were like, "You really are Pete Worst."
Oh my God, that's what he was saying.
That's what Ringo
Oh
said.
my God.
Oh, Ringo was there.
Ringo
No,
was there.
He talked to him on an LSD trip, I think.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sort
See,
of transcendent.
I wish
yeah.
I could have kept that from happening. You know.
Yeah, that is unfortunate.
Well, Neil, when was the last time you saw the Beatles?
Well, of course, all Beatles together was when they were trying to get
Of
back together, and I
course.
broke them up.
Right.
But I did have an encounter with Paul McCartney
Okay.
in the 80s. So it was
Mhm.
after John had unfortunately been murdered here by Pete Worst. But it was Paul was writing a song.
Yeah.
And it was in New York, but he's British, so he's under my jurisdiction.
Of course.
And he was writing a song. It was quite lovely. It was sort of a return to form for Paul.
Interesting.
It was a beautiful little acoustic number,
Mm-hmm.
but it was getting quite emotional, so he's being quite loud. And I, gave him the old stink eye, and I said, "All right, Paul, if this is loud, I'm going to bring you to the brig." And he put both hands up. And he said, "Oh no, Neil, all right." And he quieted down, and instead of the song he was writing, he wrote "Simply Having a Wonderful Christmas Time,"
Oh,
which is
a
quite
beautiful
quite
song.
quiet,
Quite quiet.
And,
A weirdly quiet song.
weirdly
actually.
quiet, but
Yeah.
boy, it sticks in your head. And it is my responsibility that song exists.
Oh my God.
Everyone here has done more to break up and shut down and stifle the Beatles
And
than
tarnish their legacy.
than I did when that was exactly what I was trying to do.
Wow, that's
God
tough.
damn it.
That's how you see my life?
You murdered John Lennon.
Oh, come on.
I'm sorry, I'm getting a little angry here.
Oh,
but
I'm
it's
just
like,
putting
fuck!
I'm just putting
Okay,
it together
hey.
now. That's what he did.
Gr-
I didn't see that.
Greg, please
Fuck!
lower your voice.
No, I don't need
Okay,
to lower
Greg,
my voice.
Please.
Okay? I'm
Just
pissed.
getting a little
I
loud.
spent my whole life trying to
You shouldn't be
fucking-
screaming.
It's getting a little loud. I
What
want
are
to
you
remind
gonna
you that
do?
you are a British citizen.
Did you sleep with a British citizen?
Yeah.
You're going to the brig.
No,
No,
touch me.
my
Get your
God.
hands
Go to the
off
brig.
me.
Uh-oh.
I'll hit you with my stick. I'll hit you with my stick again.
Okay.
What noise are you
Okay.
making?
Clearly
Don't
he's a
cry. What are you whimpering?
Hey, get off me leg! Get off me leg!
Okay, but now we're talking all together. Imagine how long this could be if we did this individually.
Okay, real quick, let's break this up and let's just get some goddamn plugs out. Okay, Greg, stop it. Jesus Christ. Officer Neil, anything to plug?
Yeah. I'd like to plug
Thinking very quietly.
the second album by the Pixies.
Doolittle or
Surfer Rosa.
Surfer
Yeah,
Rosa,
I feel
yeah.
it's great. You should listen to it.
Yeah.
I've got nothing to do with it,
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
but
Gotcha.
I think it's great.
It's
That's
not a
all
little
I want
loud
to plug.
for you?
Has that got gigantic?
It's got the half of it's quiet. It starts quiet, gets loud. I like the quiet parts.
Sure.
It's got gigantic, and a Bone Machine, and sort of
Yeah.
it's really
It's a
good.
classic.
It's really great.
Yeah.
So that's for all.
Okay,
Think
check
you
out the Pixies.
Yeah, and I'll plug the album Bone Machine by Tom Waits.
There you go.
That's very good. Yeah.
Okay, great. And I'll plug the NPR show, Wait, Wait, Don't Tell Me.
Then I
Pete,
guess
anything to plug?
I would like to plug the concept of riding elephants.
Wow.
Oh, it's very nice, isn't it? To ride an
Wow.
elephant.
Pretty nice.
It's not done
Great.
as much as you think it would be.
Yeah, and it does feel kind of precarious up there. But
and I
if you
feel
could
they
do it-
don't mind.
No.
No.
Which I feel horses sometimes get tired, but the elephants, I feel they like it.
Yeah, so I think
more
that's
humane.
fun when you get a little. Looks like sometimes they put a little house on top of the elephant, and you just get to ride an elephant.
A little house. Yep.
That's fun, yeah.
Wow.
These are good plugs.
These are great
I'm also
plugs.
doing a show. I'm doing a show coming up. Everyone, please tune in. I'm doing the Westminster.
I was gonna say, is
I
this
think-
on Thanksgiving Day?
I think it's called the Westminster Comedy Festival.
I
Well,
don't think that's what it's called.
It's a kennel club,
It's
I
called
think.
the Dog
yeah.
Show, Kennel Club Dog Show.
Yeah, Yeah, Friars Club, Kennel Club, whatever.
Yeah, these are just words.
Yeah.
Okay, well, tune in for next Thanksgiving's Westminster Comedy Show. And for another episode of First Hand, I'm Devin Field. Goodbye.
Bye.
Got me in the paw.
Find more great shows and see what's behind it all at backdrop.fm.